Hello, so the graphic organizer that I chose was a KWL chart. KWL chart is a graphic organizer that encourages the classroom to use prior knowledge, and it also encourages a lot of active reading. The K in the chart stands for what the student already knows about the topic. The W stands for what the student wants to know about the topic, and the L stands for what the student has learned after doing the research or the reading, whatever it is that the lesson includes. So I personally chose this chart because I find it extremely beneficial, not only for the students, but for the teacher as well. It allows students to think back on what they already know about a topic. So let's say the topic is about dogs, the students really had to think, okay, well, what do I know about this? What do I know about dogs? Like, what have I learned in my past about dogs that I would like to write here? And then it also helps them explore their curiosity, because in the W, they have to write what they want to know. So they really have to dig deep and think, okay, well, this is what I already know, and kind of say, like, okay, well, what's missing here? What do I want to know about dogs? And then it also helps them read with a purpose and be active readers, because once they know that they have to fill out this section in the L of what they've learned, they know that they have to be alert and look for different specific things that they don't already know about the topic. And it also helps the teacher know exactly where each child stands. So let's say the majority of the class has something here that they all have in common, then okay, well, they've kind of got that down, so you can focus more on the things that they don't already know and want to know. So this is an example of a KWL chart that I have here. This one's pretty basic. It just has a topic here that they can write, the KWL, and then their name and date on the bottom. This is also the same concept, a KWL chart. They kind of have more room here depending on what the topic is. You can give them either or. The good thing about this one is that it has a direction, so the student can read it on their own and kind of figure it out. So the first part is filling out the K and the W, and you kind of leave the L alone. So if I were to use this graphic organizer with my own classroom, I would first start off by obviously demonstrating exactly what a KWL chart is and showing them how to use it. So I would give them just like an example topic, for example, the dogs. So I would show this on the board. Okay, well, my topic is dogs. This is what I already know about dogs and what I want to know. And then I would probably just read like a quick, book about dogs and put here what I've learned about them. So that's how I would demonstrate it to the class. This is an example of a topic that I would use. For example, we just had President's Day, so presidents would be a good topic. Here I filled everything out as if I were the student, just as an example. So I wrote in the K, that I know that the president lives in the White House. I know that there's been 43 presidents so far. I know that the presidents are on money. JFK was the youngest president, and George Washington was the first president. So then I moved on to what I want to know. So how do you become president? I think that's a valid question that a lot of students would have, for their personal reasons. They might want to become president one day, so it's important for them to know, the basic steps of how to get there. Also, a question that I found that they would probably be able to relate to is, can you bring your own stuff to the White House? I'm sure they have, most kids have a lot of stuff, and, so they might want to know, okay, well, if I have, my toys, can I bring my toys to the White House if I wanted to? And then another good question I thought that they might think about is, what happens after you're president? So, after the president, they're in the spotlight and we know almost their every move. What happens after you're president? Do they go back to their hometown? Do they go back to their 9-to-5 jobs? What exactly happens? So this part I left blank because obviously after they fill out the K and the W, we'll go over the lesson, read the lesson, and do whatever research they have to do, and then they'll go back in and fill out everything that they've learned. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is just an example of a topic that I would use. I find it very convenient, not only with reading, but you could also do it with science, history, math, pretty much with any topic. I feel like a KWL chart is very beneficial and essential. So yeah, that's why I chose it.